That's right. The October Challenge, Linchpin Test 2. Registration is now live. Cool shirts, cool stickers, or do it for free. But I'll chat about that at the end. Okay. Today's video. I didn't know that I was going to make today's video until yesterday. Yesterday, in the Linchpin private Facebook group and on the BTWB Squads feature, I just posted something asking people to share their goals, why they're doing what they're doing, right? And some of the answers that came out were so cool, so inspiring, and so motivational or grounded that I figured I would share some of them, and hopefully that helps keep people fired up, keeps people walking into their garage, walking into the gym, and working out. So here we go. So the question that I posted yesterday, and people could answer some of them or all of them, was, let's post and share your health and fitness goals. Why is making your long-term health and fitness a priority? What's your long-term goal, let's say more than a year away? Short or medium-term goal, anything less than a year really. And what would you consider a win for today or this week? Feel free to post some or all. And people really enjoyed that question, that thread. So Linchpin, expect that to probably start to get posted on the regular on Monday, so we can kind of ground ourselves and focus ourselves as to why we're walking into the gym every day when the couch is just so darn comfortable, but we're going to make a different decision. So, being fair and transparent, I figured that I would share mine first. So I said, my long-term health and fitness is a priority so that I can say yes to being active, healthy, independent, and useful for as long as possible on this planet. And I've also seen firsthand what happens to people when they don't make fitness a priority, and that's clearly not the way that I want my life to go. My long-term goal, and this might make CrossFitters shudder, right? Because CrossFitters hate running. But my long-term goal is to be able to run a 7-minute mile without it feeling like Fran. Okay, like just to kind of have it on call. I can run a 7-minute mile or just below 7 right now, but I feel like I did Fran. And I just want it to be that I always got it in the tank and it doesn't feel quite that bad. And my other longer term goal would be to get my LSIT over 1 minute. Short term goal, keep my nutrition pretty clean. It's usually pretty good, but it can always be a little bit better, and it's so mission critical. And a win for this week would be getting in 5 full workouts without having to rush the warm-ups or rush the stretching afterwards. So that was my little post there. Then some ones that caught my attention I liked a lot. First one was from Toby K. He's making long-term health and fitness a priority because there's a German commercial, and I think some people have seen this one, about a grandfather using kettlebells to prepare for lifting his granddaughter up to the top of a Christmas tree. You can probably find that if you type that into YouTube. Kettlebell commercial, grandpa, daughter, Christmas tree, something like that. It's a really awesome, motivating commercial. They nailed it. They nailed it with that one. So he says, and I like the way that Toby says this. So that's the goal, being that fit for as long as possible. But he doesn't want to have to cram for it, meaning doesn't want to start later in life. Might as well start today. His long-term goal, to get 155 pound snatch, being at 140 pounds of body weight. That's legit. And medium term, learn how to walk on my hands and do a strict ring muscle up. So very cool. The next one that I liked them all. Heaven forbid you pick some. People think you don't like the other ones. Liked them all. But the ones that just jumped out at me, this is from Sebastian C. He says, and Sebastian, if I'm not mistaken, is in Quito, Ecuador, which is about 1 million feet of elevation. And he did the 3x800 meter repeats today in Quito, Ecuador, and kept all of his 800s below 3 minutes. Go ahead and wrap your head around that at however many thousands of feet elevation Quito, Ecuador is. And if you're thinking, oh, he's one of those people, he's just a runner. Oh, no, he's not. He's quite strong with the barbell as well, aka fit, well-rounded. So Sebastian says, I'm turning 36 years old next week. I've got 3 kids, 8, 7, and 2. And I want to be able to play with my grandkids and to be as physically independent for as long as possible. In the long term, sticking to a program for more than 2 years. I've been guilty of program hopping around CrossFit programs. He names a few others, and I never managed to stick with one for more than a year or so. I'm planning on doing Linchpin for the long run. Obviously, I find that very cool, and we have converted many program hoppers to, I think they've found their home. That makes me happy. And his win would be getting in 5 days of training. That's a win for me. A recent win for Sebastian, he says, is finally joining Linchpin officially. I'm finally understanding that more is not better. I've been waiting to take the quote-unquote leap for a couple of years, and I finally did last September. I'm all in for Linchpin now and can honestly say I wish that I did this earlier. Obviously very cool. Kate F. Her why really hit me. So Kate, her why as to why long-term health and fitness is a priority. I want to be able to use this body to do what I want for as long as I have it. I came from a sedentary family. Mom had 3 primary cancers, a family of history of insulin-dependent diabetes as well. That was the one thing I have to say in general that struck me across the board from all the different posts, all the different people. Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of people that have like a specific goal. Get my first pull-up. I want to snatch this particular weight. I want to deadlift, fill in the blank. Those are absolutely sprinkled in there. But what struck me as the commonality between so many was people's why wasn't a specific workout time. It wasn't even aesthetics. It wasn't any of that stuff. It was this memory that was stuck in their head of watching what happened to older family members who didn't live right, eat well, and move their body, and how poorly that ended for them. That was the overwhelming sentiment as to why most people in the Linchpin community get into that darn gym every single day and make good choices whether they're feeling like it or not. And I'm right there with you on that one. And I thought that was really cool and kind of unifying across everybody. John W., who is well known in the Linchpin community for a dry sarcasm that I really appreciate. Let me go ahead and say that. And he's also a heart attack survivor. And he's also a burpee aficionado. Well, how great is that pairing? Heart attack survivor and absolutely loves just trying to smoke himself on 50 burpees and always trying to beat his time on that. So John said, health goal is to put off replacing my replacement valves, heart obviously, which they said would eventually need to happen for as long as possible, and being able to keep up with my kids and everything that they're doing. Long-term goal, I guess, is the half Ironman I've been looking to do in a couple of years. Short term is the 50 burpees for time that I'm going to wreck tomorrow. My big win for today is herding my kids off to school without issues and putting everything back where it belongs before getting to work. So how cool is that? Heart attack survivor, coming back, getting after it every day, obsessed with always trying to beat his 50 burpees time, and the long-term goal is doing a half Ironman. I would say that's quite an astonishing success story right there. And finally, the last one from Trey M., which was his very first comment in the private group, which I thought was cool. He says, I've been following Linchpin for 3 weeks now, so here are my answers. My father did not live to see his 50th birthday. Wow, that is crazy. Neglect and indeed the active abuse of his long-term health was a major reason. So health span, independence, and family, as many others have echoed. Plus, I want to have the energy to pursue other personal missions in my life. Beyond that, my workouts do wonders for fighting chronic depression. 100%. I mean, what we do in the gym every day is not just to strengthen the body, right? But it is such a decompression and just stress relief for the mind. And life's rough. Life is rough, and you're going to be able to decompress in a healthy way or with some sort of substance that's probably not so healthy in the long run. And so we've got plenty of people working out to strengthen the body and the mind and to just get the demons out, and I can fully appreciate that. And Trey says, much like Sebastian actually, I wandered in the fitness wilderness for a long time and often did what trended in the direction of excessive and unsustainable. So, having bought in here, my goal is to consistently follow Linchpin for the next year. Very awesome. And then medium-term goal, he says, keep doing with what I'm doing with my nutrition, high-quality food, and avoiding the extreme oscillations of under or overeating. So, and there's comment after comment after comment like that, and I won't just sit here and read them all to you, but again, they hit close to home. I loved hearing everybody's why. It was very well received when we posted that, so I think I'll keep doing it on many Mondays here in the future so that we recenter and refocus ourselves going into the new week. And yeah, don't get me wrong, being able to flash a big deadlift and back squat on Instagram, it's cool. It'll get a lot of likes and whatever it happens to be. But that common why people had of just wanting to be happy, healthy, independent, and capable for as long as possible on human earth, you can do that without a monster deadlift and without an amazingly fast Fran time. You just need to consistently show up every day, make good decisions, and make your long-term health and fitness a priority. And people are doing that. So that's it. Hopefully that helps some people stay on track. I absolutely loved it. And as I do this, the Linchpin Test 2 registration is now live and open. You can go ahead and sign up. You can do it totally for free, or you can get a cool sticker pack or a t-shirt or a tank top. And the link for that is, if you go to the CrossFit Linchpin Instagram, the stories section, the link is in the stories, on one of the stories that I posted today. It's also on my private, or my personal Instagram, I should say, as well. So that's it. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and we'll talk later.